and shine. Rise and shine.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on our Rise and Shine program. It's your boy Troy Gill, and we are up here at Fort Matthew. All right guys, and of course you know how we do it. We have fitness professional Chris Williams, who's going to be leading us into a workout to get your blood pumping, get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, get you ready to start your day. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Cards have you covered, best believe. Cards ready cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all, we on the go. Cards ready cash, you already know. We got it all, we on the go. Cards ready cash, always ready when you're ready, let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Sisson's WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one pro.
Good morning everybody. We're going to get into a little workout this morning. If you have some small dumbbells, if you have small water bottles that you can use it for your hands, that's what we're going to be using as part of the workout today. But what we're going to do, we're going to start with a light warm-up, low impact warm-up this morning. We're just going to march on the spot. So you start with your legs low. Keep the pace slow. Bring it up higher. Bring your legs wider. Just hold that there for a few more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your legs wide. Bring your arms out. And just gonna do some small arm circles. Three, 2, 1. You're gonna change direction. You're gonna go to the outside. 3, 2, 1. Place your hands down. What we're going to do, we're going to warm up the lower back. So what you're going to do, you're going to stretch all the way down. Bring your hands back to your waist. So you go down, hands on your waist. Let's go. Down, up. Let's go. Down, up, down, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to reach. Just side to side, up, That's right. Just reach for the roof. Four, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands in front and curl. Warming up the biceps. 4, 3, 2, 1. March it again. 4, 3, 2, 1. So what you're going to do, you're going to get your dumbbells or some water bottles, right? So you're going to hold your dumbbells in your hand. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the legs. So legs should be shoulder width apart. Face this way, right? Legs shoulder width apart. Keeping the dumbbells at your side. What you want to do, keep your chest up, and what we're going to do, we're going to squat. You don't need to go all the way down. Just go to where you're comfortable right now. So you go squat, just like that. Push the butt back. Right, and go a little deeper. Right, nice. Go again. Keep that chest up. Right, let's go. 4 more. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. All right, now place one leg in front, the next leg behind. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna bend over, keep your back flat. So you're gonna bend, right. So you're gonna keep the dumbbells firm right here. We're gonna work the back, and you're gonna row, right? So you're just gonna pull it up, keep it close to the body, just like that. Pull it up, squeeze the back, stretch your arms, pull it up, down, let's go. And pull, up, pull. Let's go. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. We're going to do the same thing again. Stretch your arms down. Keep the back flat. Let's go. Row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Place both feet together. What you're going to do, you're going to hold the dumbbells in front now. What we're going to do, we're going to work the hamstrings and the lower back. Dumbbells in front. You're going to come all the way down, keeping your hands close to your legs. You come down, reach for your ankles, and just bring it back up. So you're going down, up, just like that. Bend the knees slightly. So you always want to keep your knees soft. Right. Good. So you're coming all the way up. Right, so go back down, knees soft, right here, back up again for me. Again, knees soft, right, nice. So let's go, we're gonna do 4 more, down, 4, and bring it up. 3, bring it up, let's go. 2, bring it up. 1, bring it up. So we're gonna go back to the first one, legs shoulder width apart. Legs shoulder width apart. So we're gonna go back to those squats. Chest up. Let's go. We're gonna do it a little faster. We're gonna go for 10, right? Let's go. Ready? In 3, 2, down. Let's go. 1, no, squats. Hands at the side. Let's go. 2, right. 3, let's go. 4, 5, 6, 7, let's go. 8, 9, 10. Remember now, one leg back. We're going to go into the rows. We bend in. Let's go. Bend over. Let's go. Pull. Ready? In 3, 2, go. 1, 2. Don't move the body, just arms. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 9, 10. Let's go. Switch legs again. Same exercise. Let's go. Down. Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet together. Dumbbells to the front. Again, knees soft. We're going to work the hamstrings and the lower back. Right? Ready? We're going down. Let's go. 1. Bring it up. 2. Just keep the arms straight. You don't need to pull the arms up. 3. Go down. Come all the way up. All the way up. Right. Nice. 5. Let's go. 6. 7. All the way up. 8. 9. 10. Right. No, legs are shoulder width apart. Again, always keep your knees soft. Keep a slight bend in your knees at all times. Dumbbells are in front. Place them on your thigh. Your chest is up, and we're going to go into the shoulders, right? Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, you're just going to raise it up and bring it down. Let's go. Up and down. Let's go. Up, down. Up again. All right, you don't want to go too high. Keep it parallel to the floor. Right in. Nice. Up again. Right. Give me 4 more. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, place the dumbbells at your side. What we're going to do is call a lateral. So you're going to raise your arm straight up to the side, parallel to the ground, and you're going to bring it back down. So we're going to go up to the side, back down. Let's go. So right there, bring it down. Right, bring it up. Just like that. Open your legs a little bit. Keep your knees soft. Right, just like that. Bring it up. Right there. Right. Good job. Let's go. We want 4 more. 3. Let's go. 2. Let's go. 1. Right. So you take the hands, bring the hands up towards your shoulders. Hands up in the air. We're going to work the triceps. Bring it here. So you're going to bend at the elbow and just go straight up above your head. Just like that. Keep your elbows in. Knees soft. Let's go. Extend. Let's go. 1. Let's go. 2. 3. Don't go too wide with the elbows. Let's go. 4. Above your head. Right. Up. 5. Let's go. Up. 6. Let's go. 7. Let's go. 8. Let's go. 9. 1 more. Nice. So we're going to go back to the first exercise right here. Hands in front. Knees soft. So we're going to do it a little faster. We're going to go for 10. Right? Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Up. Let's go. 1. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight to the side, laterals. Let's go. Straight up. 1, 2. Let's go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on. 10. Right. So we're going to bring the arms up. Arms up, straight up, triceps, bend at the elbows. Let's go, up, and 1. Let's go. 2, up again. 3, let's go. 4, 5, 6, come on. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. So I want your legs wide. Keep the dumbbells in front. Turn your hand. Right, so chest up. What we're going to do, we're going to do some bicep curls. So you're going to come up and down, up and down, up and down. Just straight up and straight down. That's right. Keep the knees soft. Let's go. I want 4 more. 4. Stop it about right here. 3, 2, 1. Just turn your hand, just like if you have 2 hammers in your hand. And what we're going to do is what's called a hammer curl. So you start with your hands fully extended down. Right, you're going to bring it up just about chest level and bring it back down. Right, let's go up and down. Always try to keep your elbows tucked to your side. Right, bring your hands down and bring it up. Always keep those knees soft. Let's go. Up again. Let's go. Up again. Give me 4 more. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. So what you're going to do, you're going to put both legs together. So we're going to do a combination exercise where you're going to do a lunge and a curl. So watch me first. You're going to step forward, curl, step back. You're going to alternate your leg, step forward, curl, step back. Just like that. So we're going to step forward, curl, bring it back. Are you ready? Let's go. Step forward and bring it back. Step it out. Keep that chest up. Let's go. Again, alternating the legs. Right. You don't have to go as low as me. Once you're a beginner, you just start where you're comfortable. And you can increase as you go. Right. So curl. Right. Turn the dumbbells a little bit when you come to the top. Let's go. And keep going. Let's go. 4 more. 4. Let's go. 3. Turn the dumbbells. Right. Nice. Let's go. 2. 1 more each leg. Let's go. Right, so we're going back to the beginning. Legs wide. Squat down, keep your chest up, dumbbells to the front. Turn your hands, so we're gonna curl. We're gonna go faster, right? Ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just turn the hand one time for the hammer. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, straight down. 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs together, we're gonna alternate. Let's go. Ready? Starting on the right leg in 3, 2, let's go. Out. 1, let's go. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep it going. 7, 8, 9, last one each leg, 10, 10. Right, so we want to get the heart rate to go up a little more, right? So we're holding the dumbbells right here at chest height. Legs are wide, knees are bent, right? And what we're going to do, we're going to do some punches, right? So you're going to come side to side. Extend the arm all the way out. Right, you don't want to keep it up in your shoulder, you want to keep it across your chest. So you don't want to do this, you want to be here, right here. Just like that, and extend the arm straight out. Right, nice, soft knees. Right, extend it out. Right, don't forget, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. At any time you need to hydrate, please do so. Just don't drink too much water, you don't want to make your stomach too heavy, right? So let's go, speed it up a little bit for me. Right, now I want you to sit on it a little more. Right, faster for me now. That's right. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, so the legs are wide again. So you're going to take one of the dumbbells, place it on your hip. So your left hand, place it right here. The next hand, hold it in front. Right, so I want your chest up. And all we're going to do, we're going to go to one side and just bring that dumbbell down to your ankle. So we're doing a lunge. You're going to face forward, right? And we're going to go down right here and just reach. So it's back and forth, just like that. Just like that. Right, nice. So you want to stay forward, don't twist the body too much. Right, and just go to the side. Right, open legs a little wider. Right, and go. Let's go. Reach. So I want you to continue to face forward at all times. That's right. Nice. Let's go. 4 more. 3, 2, come on. 1 more. Nice. So we're going to go to the opposite side. So you switch hands. Next hand goes on your hip, but don't twist the body. Stay forward, hands in front. Right. So your hand is here. You're right here, and you're going down. Touch your ankles. Right. So bend that knee. Push the butt slightly back. Let's go. Right. Nice. Let's go. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Reach. Let's go. 4 more. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. So right back here. Bring the dumbbells back here. Right. Last one, and then we're going to cool it down, right? So we're going to go faster in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands on the hip. Right, reach. 1. Let's go. 2, 3, 4. Push that butt back. Go a little lower. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We go to the next side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can rest the dumbbells down. Right, so we're going to cool it down. Right, so cross the leg, and we're going to reach down. Hold it there. Let's go, bring it up. Cross to the next side, and down. Bring it up. Legs wide. Go down, place your hands against the inside of your legs. Right, and now you're just gonna push it open a little bit. Keep your chest up. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, reach your hand over. Right, so you want to be all the way over. Lean into it. Nice. So it's like you're grabbing something up here. 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to go to the next side. Same thing. Reach across. Don't twist too much. Right here. You want to feel it in your obliques. Hold it. Knees always soft still. 4, 3, 2, 1. You want to bring your hands all the way up to the roof. All the way up. Straight up. Right. You're going to lean back slightly. Right, you want to stretch out the abdomen. 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your hand in front. Stretch out the bicep. Just pull it down a little bit now. Switch sides. Pull it down. Right, now cross the chest. Hands at the elbow and pull. Right, next side. And pull. Pull it across. Pull. All right, bring it up. We're going to take some deep breaths. Up. All the way up. And bring it down. Let's go. Up again. Bring it down. One more. Up. Hold it all the way up. Take a deep breath. Into the nose. Hold it. We're going to bring it down. Give yourself a round of applause. Good job.
All right, guys, so that was Chris Williams leading us into a workout this morning. Of course, to get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, and so forth. All right, guys. And Chris, can I share with us a little bit, because today's workout was a little bit different. There was some strength training also involved in the exercise. Can I share with us a little bit about it and the benefit?
All right, so we did our full body strength training exercise today. We use light weights because not everybody's at that level to use a heavier weight.
Right.
The benefits is multi-jointed exercises. So you're working from your legs, come all the way up to the smallest muscles. The only thing we didn't go down and do abs. You know, it's good for persons who do not have, you know, time to basically go to the gym every day and you want to get in all your body parts work. It's good to do full body exercises at least 3 times a week. You know, it's also for if you don't have much time and you're going to the gym and you need to get out quickly, there are actually good moderations of exercises that you can do. Full body takes about half an hour. You know, you could do that again 3 times a day, or you could do it every day because you're hitting every body part differently. So you could switch it up. You can also put some cardiovascular exercise in with it to benefit, you know, benefit you all around and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And for people at home, what can they use as a substitute for dumbbells?
So if you don't have dumbbells, or you can use like water bottles. You can use, you could take actually the water bottles, fill them with sand or fill it with a little gravel.
Okay.
Add a little water to add some weight to it. You can use bands. Funny enough, you can use a towel. Like if you have somebody who can do like a partner workout with you, so the person can hold the towel and apply resistance to the towel. If you have, like I said, you have the resistance tubes, resistance bands, you know, you can use chairs, you can use broomsticks, you can use anything that can add a little added weight to your normal weight that you would have with just your regular body. It can also be beneficial to do those kind of things.
All right, excellent. And that was Chris Williams leading us into a workout this morning, of course, to get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, get you ready to start your day. And we just want to say a very special thanks to him and to all who are tuned in this morning. Remember, make healthy choices. Remember to stay hydrated. Thanks again, guys. See you again next time.
I'm Tony Julian with the details. MTV News has received unconfirmed reports that the country's Labour Commissioner position is currently vacant. Information reaching our newsroom indicates that the first-time female Labour Commissioner, appointed merely months ago, walked off of the job after she was reportedly asked to perform duties not supported by the Labour Act. Several attempts were made to contact the Labour Minister, Claudette Joseph, all of which were unsuccessful. MTV will, of course, continue to follow on this development and provide a comprehensive report in a subsequent broadcast. The National Insurance Scheme NIS Unemployment Benefits Program, those will take effect, or that program, it will take effect on the 1st of May. The unemployment benefits provide unemployed individuals with 50% of their insurable income. The benefit can be claimed up to 15 days after the loss of employment, and the benefit continues for a maximum of 13 weeks or 3 months. We get more on it though from Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
Workers in the private and public sectors, statutory bodies, work permit holders, and self-employed are eligible for this benefit. This unemployment benefit will be funded with a contribution rate of 1%, shared equally between employee and employer. This means that the NIS contribution rate will be 6.5% for employers and 5.5% for employees, bringing the total of 12%, which took effect on February 1st, 2023.
This benefit provides support to those who are experiencing a temporary loss of employment. We have found this offering to be necessary following the hardship faced by many during the COVID-19 pandemic.
To benefit from this, citizens must be an insured employee at the time of loss of employment and have paid at least 52 weeks of contributions and must also be under the pensionable age. They must not be at fault for the loss of their employment. Someone who has voluntarily left their job or was terminated due to theft, fraud, or dishonesty will be disqualified from receiving this benefit. Cromwell outlines several other benefits that will also be increased by the National Insurance Scheme.
The minimum pension amount will increase by 25% from $46.40 to $58 weekly. The minimum pension rate for survivors will also increase. Widower, widow, and dependent parents 100%, children and orphan 50%. Lastly,
reporting for MTV News, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
Also taking effect from today, the 1st of March, was a rate for value-added tax and excise tax on refined sugar and carbonated drinks, as well as tobacco and alcoholic products. Refined sugar will be removed from the zero rates VAT list, and the VAT on sugary products that will be increased to 20%. The excise tax on alcohol from $1.10 and $4.40 per liter to $1.50 and $5 per liter respectively, and an increase on the excise tax on cigarettes from 105% to 200%. The Excise Act will increase both the wholesale and retail prices of most alcohol products, including beer, wine, rum, brandy, and liqueurs, as well as all tobacco and tobacco substitute products, such as cigars and cigarettes. Tobacco products will see the excise tax being moved from 105% to 200%, while the excise tax on alcohol will be moved from $1.10 and $4.40 per liter to $1.50 and $5 per liter respectively. In other news this evening, the sentence of Randy John, who is convicted of capital murder, has been pushed back. That's according to his legal representative, attorney-at-law Jerry Edwin. 4 days after the discovery of the body of 16-year-old Quinette Johnson underneath a house in St. David, police charged 20-year-old Randy John with capital murder in connection with her death. We have more in this report.
The 16-year-old partially decomposed body was found on October 25th underneath a house at Charlottesville, and the accused, Randy John, was 20 years at the time of the incident. Attorney-at-law Jerry Edwin is representing the accused and again says his sentence was pushed back. According to Edwin, his sentence was supposed to happen last week, however did not go as planned. He explained why.
Randy John was convicted of, as you know, capital murder, and that involved the incident in La Femme, St. David's. A jury of his peers found him guilty of capital murder, and Randy John was scheduled to be sentenced last week. But because of some logistical issues in the court, nothing more than that, the judge has asked that the sentence be put back a bit. So we anticipate that he will be sentenced by the court in the days ahead.
A plea mitigation has been offered, according to Edwin.
We had offered our mitigation, our plea in mitigation previously, so at this time the only thing now is to await the court's sentence. But I intend to make a further plea, if the court will allow me, as to why this young man's sentence should not be what I anticipate it may be. Because there's many circumstances, I think, where mercy should be deeply married to justice in his case.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Kimon George, who was accused of having sex with a juvenile under the age of 16, and Sean Kador, who was accused of having sex with a 12-year-old girl, were two of the cases heard in the High Court on Wednesday morning, as we now hear.
As sexual-related cases remained at the top of the assises list and sexual-related offences is a serious concern, the High Court Number 2 saw two sexual-related cases on Wednesday, both represented by attorney-at-law Jerry Edwin. He stated that sexual crimes in Grenada makes up 60% of the cases that are before the High Court. According to Jerry Edwin, Sean Kador impregnated the young lady at age 13.
With respect to Sean Kador, this is another young man, again, who engaged in sexual frolic with a young girl. She was 12 years old and he was 21. He was not of the mature age that we would associate with most 21-year-old young men, because there was an 11-year difference in their ages. Again, here is another young man, financially challenged, difficult childhood. He engaged in the sexual contact with this young girl. Unfortunately, at 13, she became pregnant. This young man did not walk away from his responsibility. He has apologized to her mother. He apologized to the court. But more importantly, he took personal responsibility. The child is now 3 years old, and he is a responsible young man.
According to Edwin, the court has suspended his sentence.
And so the court suspended the sentence. It was a 3-year sentence, suspended for 2 years. He will not spend any time in prison. He has to attend the man-to-man program. He's on a bond for 3 years. And he also has to take classes in gender violence and how to be respectful to women.
Kimon George also pleaded guilty to sexual crime, according to his lawyer Jerry Edwin, and he will be sentenced on Monday, March 6th.
Yes, Kimon George has pled guilty, but because of his, shall I say, the challenges he's facing financially and economically, the court wanted to be certain that young Mr. George has a place where he can live and someone with whom she could put him in their care. And the court has asked us to do our best to reach out to relatives. And we will do so in the days ahead. And on Monday, we will return to court for Mr. George's sentencing.
Edwin says sexual-related cases are too high in the country and is calling on sex education through schools. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell delivered the feature address at the Business Forum of the Grenada ICT Week, which began on Tuesday. The Prime Minister's address focused on business in the digital age, accelerating growth and leading transformation as he encouraged business owners to embrace digitalization. We get more from Danella Hostin.
Local, regional and international stakeholders gathered together for the Grenada ICT Week, an activity which focuses on the increasing role of technology in business, government, and society. The week-long event, which is expected to explore key facets of the internet economy and the implications of global trends for national and regional development, commenced officially on Tuesday, February 28th. Grenada's Prime Minister, Honorable Dickon Mitchell, who also sits as the current chair responsible for science and technology at CARICOM, delivered the feature address, highlighting some of the benefits of digitization.
The benefits of digitization for businesses are numerous. Given the ability to increase efficiency, productivity, and profitability by streamlining operations, reducing costs, and providing new opportunities for growth and innovation. Digitization also provides an unprecedented opportunity for Caribbean businesses to reach beyond national and regional markets and pivot towards the global economy. It is now easier than ever before for our entrepreneurs, especially our young people, to earn foreign exchange without leaving our shores.
PM Mitchell noted that the Caribbean region can benefit greatly from the digital revolution. However, a conducive environment must be created.
The Caribbean region has much to gain from the digital revolution, but it requires businesses and the government to take action and provide the necessary support. It is imperative that we work in tandem to create an enabling environment that will allow businesses to succeed in the digital age.
The Prime Minister made mention of global success stories of those who have profited from digitization over the years, making specific mention of the trade of envoy from South Korea, with whom he recently met. Bevel Wooding, Director of Caribbean Affairs, American Registry for Internet in the region, explained the importance of having forums like these.
Ultimately, what we're trying to do in these kinds of fora is to make business leaders aware of some of the issues, not the technical issues, but the business issues that attend technology decisions. And a lot is lost in translation when only the ICT mind hears it, if they are not also possessing a business mind.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
Digicel customers in Grenada can now utilize the latest feature in telecommunications technology, the eSIM, on their module devices. Digicel began rolling out the technology in Grenada on the 24th of February. An eSIM is really a digital version of the physical SIM card that prepaid and postpaid customers use to connect with the Digicel network. Most eSIM-enabled smartphones also accept a physical SIM or more than one eSIM, giving customers the flexibility to add another Digicel number for work purposes or when they travel overseas. Our news team caught up with former Groovy Monarch Vaughn as he made the switch on Wednesday. Marketing manager of Digicel Grenada, Tawana Lindor, says that with the move to supporting eSIM technology, Digicel has reassured customers that they can enjoy a full-fledged digital experience regardless of the device they choose to use.
Digicel is very happy to be the first telecommunications provider in Grenada to offer eSIM to all its customers. So eSIM comes with many benefits for our customers. Customers can now add another Digicel number for work purposes or when they travel overseas.
With an eSIM, customers will continue to enjoy seamless connectivity to the Digicel network and enjoy the fastest data speeds and superior LTE coverage.
eSIMs also have added security as the SIM card is with your phone and it's easier for you to track in case of theft or any other unfortunate activities.
With over 99% of smartphones still working with a physical SIM to date, even if they also have eSIM capability, Digicel is giving customers a digital experience, making connecting to their network secure, reliable, and easy.
For customers wanting to convert to an eSIM, you can visit any of our retail outlets, especially for those with iPhone 11s and up. All it takes is approximately 10 minutes to get converted to an eSIM. You could speak to any one of our retail agents and they would assist you with this process.
Customers with eSIM compatible devices can visit any Digicel retail store to make the switch. Now, there's a saying that experience is the greatest teacher, and Doctors Jason and Tinasha Gray are doing their part to help other couples and single people as well who desire to walk on the path of togetherness in God. The Grays will be hosting an epic marriage conference for the second time in Grenada from the 24th to the 26th of this month, March. MTV's Donella Holston spoke with Dr. Tinasha Gray about the upcoming marriage conference.
Within their 19-plus years of marriage, Doctors Tinasha and Jason Gray have been through many ups and downs, but have remained strong together and grounded in the faith. And they have chosen to help other couples through a marriage conference to be held in Grenada from March 24th to 26th at Gateway Church, Point-Saline. Dr. Tinasha Gray, who is a Grenadian born, spoke to our news team about the overall objective of the conference.
We're excited to bring you educational content. We are excited to bring you our experience with marriage and also to give you Christ-centered biblical information that can empower you and bring knowledge to your life and improve the way in which you are living every day in your marriage with your spouse. And if you're preparing for marriage, we would love for you to also be a part of our conference.
According to Dr. Gray, this is the second year of having the conference in Grenada. She said last year's conference was very well attended. However, there have been requests for singles to be part of this year's conference.
We had the conference last year. Our topic then was triggers and patterns. This year we're coming in back again with the topic of roadmap to intimacy. Many have asked for singles to be a part of the conference. And so this year we're including singles in our session. Singles are invited throughout the conference, but especially on the 24th, Friday at 5 p.m., we're anticipating singles to be in the house.
Dr. Gray said she and her husband are excited to share their knowledge.
2023 Epic Marriage Conference is truly designed to increase your ability and your potential to thrive and blossom in your marriage. We are anticipating the couples that come would experience perpetual growth in their marriage on a daily basis. We know that life is tough, things are difficult. However, we have tools that God has given to myself and my husband, Jason Gray, to be able to impart with you, those of you who would show up in the room.
She noted that the couples session commences on Saturday, March 25th, an all-day session. This is followed by Sunday's session, which starts at 3 p.m. She shared the current ticket venues.
We have tickets available that we are selling right now at multiple places. So Mitchell's Pharmacy is one location. You can find your tickets. 3O's Electrical and also Grenadian Optical at Melville Street and at the Spiceland Mall.
Interested people are encouraged to purchase their tickets early as the sessions are usually packed. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Holston.
Rise and shine.
Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine for today, Thursday. It is the second day of March 2023. I am your host, Austin Crosby. It's going to be another wonderful program. It's going to be one that's informative and also one where we encourage you to always stay positive. We are off to a pretty much late start, but what we will do, as soon as we get that nod to get into our weather report this morning, we will go straight on into helping you plan. I think we will all agree when I say that the dry season, it is quickly creeping in letting us know that it's here. It's here. We have been having some very hot days, and it's the need now for us to remind ourselves that conservation, conservation, conservation. Ensure that you store water, because we are going into the dry season, and the forecasters just warn us of this, that when we do get into it, that is going to be a pretty harsh one. It is shaping up to be that way, so let us be mindful of that and do what we need to do to conserve water. Remember, it's an essential commodity. I'm not getting that nod yet for the weather report, so what we will do, I want us to take in our word of the day. Let's take in our student, and as soon as we do get the forecasters online, then we can go through. So our word of the day this morning will be shared. So I believe that we have made that connection with the Met Office. So let's go over now to the Met Office first to get today's weather report. Good morning.
Good morning to you and to listeners of Magic FM. And here's weather for today, Thursday the 2nd March 2023. Currently it's PM, winds are from the northeast at 12 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 14.7 millibars, that's above normal and rising. Present temperature 24.8 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 82%. Yesterday's maximum temperature 30.3 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum 24.3 degrees Celsius. No rainfall was recorded over the past 24 hours. As a result, the total for the month remains at 0 millimeters. Now to have a look at the forecast for today and tonight. Today we expect some generally fair and hazy conditions with a maximum temperature of 30.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east northeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in northeasterly swells. Hence the marine advisory remains in effect. Tides are currently low, high at 12 noon and low at 8 p.m. Sun sets today at 6:17, rises tomorrow at 6:23. Just a repeat of the forecast, Val for today and tonight. Generally fair and hazy, maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius, and the marine advisory remains in effect. I'm Andre Charles, report from the Met Office. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andre. A marine advisory remains in effect. Please be mindful of this, our seagoers, our marine operators, our fisher folks. Please be mindful of it. Ensure that if you are going to be out, that you have all the necessary safety tools. So if you do encounter challenges, you can respond and respond appropriately. Let's go over now to our word of the day. This morning is coming from Nathan Smith, a grade 6 student at the South St. George Government School.
Hi, my name is Nathan Smith, a grade 6 student at South St. George Government School. The word for today is aspire. Aspire means ambition towards achieving something. She aspired to a career in medicine.
Aspire. And I always encourage that we aspire to be better than we were yesterday, yes? So let's try to do that each day. Challenge yourself to be a better version of yourself from the day before. Let's take in now our emergency tip of the day. Today it is some essential reminders. First aid, what are some of the things that you should do? Call emergency, yeah? Check vital signs. Lift the chin and check for the person's breathing. Give rescue breaths at least 2 times, yeah? Perform CPR, that's by 15, and wait for help. These initial actions can help save someone's life. So don't take it for granted. Ensure that you know how to do it if you don't. There are many agencies, NADMA, the Red Cross, Scouts and Guides and Girl Guides, and so do equip our children with these essential life skills. Also the cadets help in that area. So expose them. As adults, we should know, because if something were to happen and we need to respond, we should be able to do so appropriately. So what we are going to do now, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we get to have a conversation with the Grays, Doctors Tinashe and Jason Gray, on that upcoming marriage conference and how to deal with relationships, because it's not just for married people, but this year they have included for single people. So you have an opportunity to understand what are maybe some of your weaknesses, your strengths, what are the things that you need to modify so that you can get into that relationship and make it successful. So when we come back, we'll be speaking to the Grays on that upcoming marriage conference. We'll be back shortly.
Good day, Mr. James. I'm just here looking at Grenlec's new mobile app.
Sounds great. Can I use it to check my bill balance?
Absolutely. Let me show you. Enter your account number and Grenlec access number, and that's it. You can now check your balance, track your usage, receive outage alerts, and get updates from Grenlec in real time. You can even use the app to report a power outage or a fault with a pole or street light. Add as many accounts as you want. Track your business account, apartment rentals, and Granny's account, all in one convenient place.
Thanks, Susan. I'll be telling everyone I know about Grenlec's new app.
The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Cards have you covered, best believe. Cards ready cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Cards ready cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Cards ready cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Sisson's WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's now 7:53 in the morning. Mere 7 minutes away from the official start of most of our schools, our school day and our work day here in Grenada. It is our hope that you would make this day very, very productive. Be nice to your customers. Children, open up your head and learn. That's the objective. We're sending you out to school. And of course, we as an individual just go on our day and be positive. Many things may be thrown at you. It does not mean that you need to respond to all of them. Choose the battles that you will fight, but at the end of the day, ensure that if you choose to fight it, that it will be bringing you benefits. If it's not worth it, leave it alone. Let's go over now to speak to, I have two guests on this morning with me. I have Dr. Tinasha Gray, who is one of the organizers of the upcoming marriage conference. And we'll also be speaking to one of the speakers at the event, Stephanie Britt will be one of the facilitators, addressing one of the new issues, one of the new, categories or topics that's included this time around for people who are single. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Rise and Shine. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Good morning. Good morning.
It is a pleasure having you. I think it is important that we address this topic. We have been having, for the past couple of weeks, conversations on that recent activity. I'm sure Dr. Gray might have picked up on it while being here the reparations conversation, it's linked to slavery and how it is affecting our relationships now, and how we need to empower people so that relationships now are a lot healthier, a lot less stressful, but at the end of the day, people understand how to cope and make things work. And I think that is one of our biggest challenges. And during my conversations, I picked up with one of our historians and sociologists that it may be linked to slavery. So it means, therefore, that empowerment is the only way to break that shackle that we still live with. And I think this conference is timely, and I want to allow you, Dr. Gray, to start off and speaking to us about the conference. It's the second time, but there must be a reason why you're back.
Absolutely. This is groundbreaking, and I thank you so much for having us here today. This is truly what we need as individuals and couples to be able to empower each other in the room. We recognize that there are times in our lives when we just don't have the grace to continue or to make the shift that's necessary. But perhaps to have someone come alongside us and whisper truth in our ear and bring life to what seems to be dead, this is where Jason and I come in. We are truly the individuals to empower you and to change the trajectory of what should be dead. In our presence, we believe that it comes to life.
Okay. I like that introduction. I think it speaks to, and the only way you can speak to it is because you have experienced it. And I think that is what
Absolutely.
relationship teaches us. And I'm sure that that is what the conference will be offering. Speak to us about what are some of the areas that may be covered, because I know people want to come out. People are looking for that kind of encouragement, and COVID has had its own impact on relationships and just life in general.
Right, and that was one of the things we saw during the last session, is that we had to break through the confines and come to that place whereby we can get to the island and speak into the lives of others. And in spite of COVID, we were able to do so during our last seminar last year. And in this year's conference, we're coming back again with Roadmap to Intimacy. That is the theme of the entire conference. We're looking at friendship as a foundational element within the marriage unit. Where can we actually find friends? And it should be within marriages. And then we're taking you into that realm to look at your spouse as partners with you on this journey. They're not your enemy. They should not be the one categorized as the one who is against you. They are not just with you, but also for you and for the good of the marriage unit.
Yes. And I like the conversation. I am loving this conversation, and it is my hope that people would come out and be a part of it. We often live in a bubble when it concerns relationships. We look at the movies and we see the fairy tale that starts and ends. What you see in the movie, it is something that's all scripted, and it's play. That's all it is. It is people playing characters, but life is not what we see on the movies. And it is often quoted like that. And we expect those things. That is not the case. I think we have all lived and recognized that is not the case.
Yes. So, there are times when, as a spouse, we are walking alongside our partner, and they are doing simple little things in the marriage. And we just want to begin to encourage people to celebrate your spouse. Who else is going to do that? The people on the workplace is not going to do it. In the community, at the courts, they're not celebrating your spouse. That is your job. And so to affirm, to celebrate, to highlight areas whereby we can improve is what we do for each other. We begin to sharpen each other on the way to fulfilling our destiny.
And this conversation needs to continue. I want to bring in Stephanie into the conversation now. Stephanie, we were talking, Dr. Gray spoke to marriage. Yes, we were talking relationships, but we know before we get to marriage that it starts off as a simple friendship. It starts off with two people just meeting, and then that is where the single conversation comes in. Or the people who are not married, but may have a dream of getting married, yes? And I think the conference will help dispel some of the myths and the fantasies of relationships. but help somebody know how you have to deal and cope with relationships, especially when it gets tough. Stephanie, I want to include you now.
Yeah, so I'm actually executive professional and life coach. So always bringing the life coaching aspect to it. Also bringing the fact that I was married and divorced after an 11-year marriage. So I went on my own journey of self-discovery. And it's important, and while you're waiting in your singlehood, to make sure that you're detoxifying yourself from relationships and really finding out your purpose as an individual first before you can include anybody else. I say in your circle of trust, in your circle of safety. So you can begin to look at a person not to fix you, or how that you're looking for them, how they can add value to what you've already created. And so some people don't understand that, behind the physicality, it has to be something more than that. Do we have purpose? Are we going in the same direction? So it's really just kind of misspelling what people think going into a relationship really is. With friendship, yes, with love, but the intimacy part comes into what is your purpose? What is my purpose? What are we going to contribute together as a couple? But coming as our whole healed self, not someone who needs to be fixed, right? So people come with their childhood traumas, their relationships from baggage, and I'm trying to dispel and dismantle that theory of, hey, you're coming to fix me. No, you're coming to enhance me. So I really want to dive deep with the singles to really understand, to get to the root of, this is the route you should go. It's self-discovery, and then add that friendship, add that value, add that, and that creates a level of intimacy within itself. Loving on you first, that self-love.
And I am happy, Stephanie, that you started off like that. I think Dr. Gray's background to this, the conference with herself and her husband, speaks to that of experience. And that's the only way you can speak to relationships. I believe, and I say this, our relationships are in trouble. All our relationships, we are in crisis, yeah? Because we are coming with a myth of an idea as to what it should be. And unless everybody understands, and as I always say, nobody can bring you happiness. Nobody can make you happy. If you're not happy and you don't understand what is love, you cannot give what you don't have. It's important that you discover who you are, and then you can share that which you have within you. If you don't have it, you cannot give it. We often think that a partner can make us happy. They cannot do it. If you don't have it, then you have nothing to complement. And I want to include Dr. Gray in here in this conversation, and Stephanie, we'll come back to you on this one, because you are speaking of experience. You are speaking from experience. Dr. Gray is also speaking of this from the same path, because as you said, you and your husband of 19 years, which is the other Gray, have had your ups and downs, and that's relationship for you.
Absolutely. It is the real deal. Without friction in relationship, what do we have, right? We have a bunch of people just conforming, going with the flow, fitting in where you were meant to stand out. What would you have, really? So coming into a relationship, there should already be a vision. There should already be a mission that God has given to you as an individual. When I meet my spouse, we should be able to partner together, fit that into each other. And I'm doing this. So we're looking at a gear that's working together in unison. Why? Because we want to be able to complete the work that God has given to us individually and collectively as a unit. So many times we find individuals, they're lacking that individual part of the puzzle. And I'm saying to us today, we need to be completely whole before we step into that relationship. Why? Because if you actually need to get married, you don't need to get married.
I like that last part. If you actually need to get married, then you don't need to get married. And you're right. You are so right. Marriage has to be something that adds or complements that which exists. It only cements a union or unit that already exists, which is a strong unit. It cannot bring what does not exist. And that is so, so true. If you think you need to get married, you don't need to get married. Stephanie, I would allow you to come in on this what I consider to be a standout quote this morning from Dr. Gray.
Yes, just to add to that, just to individualize this whole concept, it starts with you. It starts with people. What I do with my clients, I always do this exercise. It's a mirror exercise. Most people can't even look themselves in the mirror and like what they see. Most people can't declothe themselves and make peace with every part of you that you don't feel worthy. So how can you bring somebody into that space if you're not even sure who you are, that you're confident in your own skin? How can you bring value to someone's life? So I like to literally get to the root of this spell and dismantle, hey, why don't I love myself? Why don't I affirm myself? What has happened in my past, in my childhood, in my relationships that is blocking me from even allowing myself to receive love? Because what we do, some people even self-sabotage. They even go to that point because, they don't really feel like they're worthy. So for me, what I'm bringing to the conference is just to encourage, to empower, to inspire, and to motivate these singles to say, hey, do the individual work first. So what you will find is what you like, what you don't like, what you need to strive in a healthy relationship so that you can show up as you and nobody else. Because that's what we do. We get into a relationship, you like someone, and you typically conform into what they want you to be in order to be with this person. So you don't show as you put on a mask, and we call that imposter syndrome. So we want to dispel that so that you can be your 100% authentic self, so they can see and make the healthy decision if they want to add value in your life, or you want to do life with them as well. It starts with that self-work, and that's what I want to get to these singles to say, let's work on ourselves. Let's be real with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves about our journey. Fix that so that when you get to a relationship, you already know what you want. You have your deal breakers.
And if we're going to speak to this, so empower, fix yourself, as you say, is the individual aspect of this. Dr. Gray, let's bring you back in here. If we are going to fix ourselves, then at the end of the day, we have to accept who we are. And that is exactly what Stephanie is saying. One of the things that we recognize, though, might be the downfall to that of relationships, is that of having too many. So you're almost as if you're acting on a stage. And there are so many, and you are living now for the audience to cheer you along. And I think social media is killing our relationships, because we are of the opinion that likes and the images that we put out there is what makes our relationship successful. That is not the case.
That is not the case. And I'll jump in right here, because I do want to say that we need to begin to be approved in the closet. We need to begin to be approved in the backside of the desert. When we show up to the battle, we already know who we're showing up with, what the secret weapon is. For me, it's the presence of God is my secret weapon. We need to already be approved and check marked. Know that we've already been check marked by God. There's a stamp of approval. We're walking in favor. Favor will actually encounter us on our way to our destiny. And so when we come into these relationships with individuals who may be broken, they may not have it together, we now need to know that we are mandated and have that foundation, that base, to be able to withstand, be able to outlast the trouble when that trouble comes, because it will come. One of the things I do realize when Jason and I met, I was the one who was most spiritually discerning, spiritually stronger. But it took the power of God for me to have to say to my husband, I can't help you. So we can't help ourselves. We can't help the other spouse. But in that same vein, I know the one who can and will help you should you entrust yourself in him. And so even in our testimony, you would hear the quote, there's a room, here's a book, here's a journal, here's a pen, there's a room upstairs. You go meet with God, because that's what it's going to take. We're going to try all day and try to manage and try to fix the things in our lives that we believe can be fixed. But truly, we will end up to a brick wall unless we get to that source of our well-being and the source of love. Where else can we find it? It's not in ourselves. It's not in the other person. It's truly in that connection with God. So what Jason and I tell individuals and show them is that there is a dynamic, and that dynamic is like a triangle. So we are on both ends of the spectrum. God is at the top. And as we continue to grow in our love for God, in our knowledge for Him and willing to share the knowledge that we have with others, we get closer and closer and closer to the pinnacle, whereby we now can truly rest in that place. So right off the bat, I'm saying to you, you can and will be whole, because God has that as an actual destination for you. Wholeness is your end product. And so that's what we want to minister and speak to others based on biblical principles, because again, the philosophies of men can't do it for us. People have tried that and it does not work.
True. That is true. Because I think we don't understand why we go to the church to marry, why a minister is the one that performs the service. Every single thing that we do in this life, there's meaning to it. Oftentimes we get caught up in the pomp and pageantry of it, and we forget the meaning behind it. You go to church or minister does it, you are blessed because it confirms with the principles of the Bible. And it should be, as we always say, he should be the head. But with what we recognize with the emergence of social media, it's almost as if spirituality no longer exists. We forget that, and we only go when we think we are in problems. When we are purportedly happy, then we don't pray, we don't go to church, we don't remember that he exists. And I think that's the part that we need to, that our couples or just people in general, start with the spirituality. We must have that source. It is critical. It is critical. Stephanie, as I was speaking earlier about the involvement of social media, or rather living for that approval on social media, we recognize that, and I always say this, living in public life is not easy. The more people you involve in anything, and there's an old saying here, the more cooks you have in one pot, then you know that the taste deteriorates significantly. If you are going to allow everybody to give you an opinion on your relationship, all you recognize it does is create confusion for you, and you would never come to any conclusion or be able to make any decisions. Instead, you are more confused than you were before.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Social media is just a huge distraction. And now that you have what we call the DMs, or, instant, the boxes that allow people to do things in secret, that does put another emphasis on why relationships are failing. A lot of people, even that I've experienced as a single person, you have single and, and married people, some people that are in exclusive relationships, because people are still looking for more ways than one to be satisfied. But the reality is, just like Tanasha said, when you know who you are in Christ, when you know what you actually want, when you know that you're ready to do the work and you actually want to be in a committed relationship, the right person is going to do the work to be in a relationship. That's just the bottom line. You have people scoundering and they're searching, they're looking, but the reality is they're not being realistic with themselves, that they're not healed. They're not doing the work to dismantle and detoxify themselves from previous relationships. They have this theory in the single area, in order to get over somebody, you get under somebody, which is insane. One thing that I saw after I got divorced, I'm like, it's crazy out here, in these single streets. But I had to hone into self-discovery. I had to I saw it. Hey, I'm not looking for that. One thing that I did when I got a divorce is I didn't want to be around people, because we know that people are a distraction. Social media is a distraction, because I knew that it was going to put me further into a hole than I wanted to be in. And I knew that if I wanted to be in a better, healthier place for Stephanie, that I had to literally go into, and what I've taught a client, you have to be the lobster at the bottom of the ocean. What they do, they shed at the bottom of the ocean naked, but they're still protected. So there is protection there through God. There is all these things while you're trying to discover yourself, so that you realize when I go to social media, it's to transform lives. When I go to social media, I find purpose. I use it for a different instant versus trying to find love, find direction, find someone who can meet those fake needs, as I would call it. It's just an entertainment industry. So you have to literally, surpass that. But you can't do that if you can't do the one exercise that I teach my clients. That's get in the mirror and make peace with yourself, make peace with your past, and come to terms with how you are, who God made you to be before you get on social media and it's going to distract you. It's all it's going to do is just be a huge distraction, make you worse than where you started. But people go there to hide. It's easy to hide because you can be someone that you're not. They have a whole show dedicated to that in the U.S. It's called Catfish. You get catfish. And so people are trying to discover who you are for real. And that's really the epidemic right there. People are really afraid of getting into relationships, especially online, because they're afraid of they're not getting the same person that's showing up. So if you know who you are, if you ask God for that discernment, if you know what you need to be in a healthy relationship, you will be able to see those wolf in sheep's clothing, as we would call it. But it takes you knowing who you are first before you get on the social media. You have to.
Yes, I think I call it now, it is one of the most destructive tools, I think, that was created. It is creating and it is pulling out a lot of the monsters from the closet. The problem is when they get out, you don't know how to contain them, or they don't understand how to contain themselves. So what we recognize is we are building a culture, because what we realize is, and I'm hoping that the conference would break some of this. One person at a time, I think we can make a difference, because we realize that our teenagers are not coming on because it is the age in which we exist in. And unless we as adults don't stop and break the trend, then we will have generations in future to deal with that will be very troubled. And it worries me. As a parent, you hope that the cocoon that your parents grew you up in, that it would exist. But one of the things we recognize is if we don't prepare them for, as I call it, the jungle out there, then at the end of the day, they will be attacked by the predators and not be ready. So it makes the entire process comprehensively a lot harder.
It does too. And, for all intents and purposes, we can teach one thing and do another. So for the young people now, because they're seeing the lives of others be exposed on social media, it means that those who are in the home with them not just need to speak or teach one thing, but they do need to model that. They need to show it. They need to demonstrate. Let your child catch you on your knees. Let your child catch you in your reading, in your Bible. Let your child catch you praising God, punctuating every moment of your day with praises. If that's what we're going to teach our children, now it's our turn to begin to model that for others. When Jason and I was going through the epic event in our marriage, not even my parents, nor my friends. I have one cousin who is like a best friend. She was the only one who knew what was happening. And of course, my older son who lived at home with us at the time. Why let people in when they don't understand the dynamics of what God is doing, what He's already said? They don't understand the willingness of God to make things work for your good. But when you catch the vision of that and you share it with someone else, someone was walking with me in terms of a pastoral, and their vision was that this is so bad. You cannot continue in this like that. Rightfully so. We're all entitled to our opinions. But yet for all, I was already surrounding myself with visions of truth, visions of marriages that continue to excel in spite of the odds. So amidst the difficulty is what we're saying. It doesn't have to be things are good and then you're okay. No. Amidst the difficulty, amidst the diagnosis, amidst the challenge, we still need to continue to do exactly what we know to be the destiny, to be the foundation of truth. It's very easy to give up when things are going to the other end of the spectrum. But just imagine having that vision of going through the tunnel and being able to see what's on the other side. You're going to go through. You're going to go through with grace. So one of the key principles that we do need to adapt is hear for yourself, see for yourself, know for yourself, get intimately connected with your purpose, and you can defy the odds. The odds are stacked up against us, but so too, on the other end, is victory waiting for you. So are we going to press in all the way, or are we going to give up now that we see things are happening with our youth? I encourage individuals to press in all the way. And if we're going to pray, let's pray faith-filled prayer. Let's not pray the problem. Let's not pray defeat. Let's not pray doom and gloom. Let us pray by faith, believing that these things are happening. I like to think of it as, listen, I'm in the presence of the King and access has been granted to me. I'm going to ask according to what I desire. And it is God's desire to give us what's good. He's a good Father. And that's where we're going to break up the fallowed grounds, even of the hearts that are just soaked in religious mindsets and soaked in, you can't function because of this or because of that. God can use anyone, and He longs to use you as you participate on this journey to bringing wholeness individually and in the marriages.
Stephanie, I would just allow you to comment there on this one, because I know you can continue to from where Dr. Gray has stopped.
Yes, having kids myself, I have 2 girls, 11 and 6, and going through what I have, they, of course, being in the midst of a divorce, it's called using wisdom. One thing, our parents protected us. You never knew what was going on in their life. That generation was different than what we're experiencing now. Yeah. And so what I'm trying to teach my kids, even at their age, is how to meditate, how to take in those negative things that they're experiencing and how to give it to God. Prayer early. But most importantly, because I'm a life coach, I'm teaching emotional intelligence. That's something that most adults don't have. Emotional intelligence. When they get upset, they throw tantrums. They're like children. Most people, if you think about your job, if you think about your workplace, if you think about people that you hang around, they still have childlike mentalities because no one taught them how to communicate or emotionally express their feelings properly. And so when those undealt with traumas happen as children, you end up in my chair as a life coach or a therapist, because you don't know how to go forth in that. And then when you add the spiritual component to it, don't even know how to pray and ask God to help you with wisdom, help you with how to deal with and navigate certain situations. We try to operate in our own strength, and God never gave us any burdens that we're supposed to bear. We bear it on our own. So what I'm teaching my children at a young age is how to operate in emotional intelligence. You take the problem, you figure out why are you upset? Why are you feeling this way? Get to the root of the issue, and then have to articulate how you feel. So I'm creating that environment now. I want to have an open door policy for my children, because at a certain age, you will lose them. I have friends now, they can't connect or reach their children at all, because they don't feel seen, they don't feel heard, they don't feel validated. And that's what we deal with as adults. Most people don't feel seen, they don't feel heard, they don't feel validated. So, this generation, they are different. They are very different. But what I can appreciate about this new generation is they're going to be very open and honest about how they feel, whether you like it or not. The way we grew up, we weren't allowed to say anything. Mm-hmm. If you said anything, if you just utter a sound, it's over. So these kids, even in the corporate arena, they will quit a job before allowing it to stress them out. We will stay on the job 15, 20 years, because that systemically is what society told us to do. So we have a revolution of children that will not take no for an answer, which is a good thing. However, they're not properly taught emotional intelligence. They're not properly taught conflict management. They're not properly taught how to meditate and control their anger. They're just out there. And so it's our job as parents to literally create this sense of an open line of communication, but give them guidance on how to use their voice in a positive and a confident way without throwing religion down their throat, but just showing God through our personal life what he has done for us, and how using him and using the Holy Spirit and using those different things spiritually to get you connected, to get you where you need to go. Because some things we don't have to go through in life. We do it to ourselves. And so I'm just trying to teach my children now how to properly use the God-given gifts and talents that he's been given to you, to find purpose early, how to properly communicate, and how to articulate your emotion, create those healthy boundaries around people that that don't serve you right now. I'm literally dealing with that with a 6th grader right now. It's crazy. So it's starting.
And I just want to affirm you, Stephanie. You are doing an amazing job taking good care of those children and their heart. Because it's one thing to take care of the body, right? It's another thing to take care of the spiritual man. But what about the soul? Yeah. What about that mind? What about the intellect, the will of that child? What about the actual emotions? So you're doing fantastic in taking time to say, listen, identify what you're feeling. Back then, people could not put a word to what they were feeling. They did not know. They were apathetic. They didn't understand and they did not even care to talk about it. So many times we might say, forgive me. Can you forgive me? I'm asking you to forgive me for what I've done wrong. But what on earth did you do? I have no clue what you're talking about. Can we talk about it? It's okay. I'm not going to eat your head off. I'm not in the place of God to criticize you or judge you in any way. But let's talk about it. Let's get to the bottom. Where is this coming from? What was the root of this? Who planted this seed inside of you? Where did that come from? Let's talk about it and identify where it's coming from. Put a name to the emotion that you're experiencing so we can root the thing up and take it away from you, captivate that thought. If we don't know what we're thinking, we won't know what we're feeling. We won't even understand the action that came from it. So it is so critical that we teach this to our children. Let's slow down, all the way down, and just have a conversation.
Yes. So true. I'm sitting here and I'm just smiling and I'm nodding my head and it's like, Stephanie, you're so right. They are expressive. I can speak to it also. I have 3 of them and they are expressive. But along with it, you just have to teach them now how to control it and then you'll be fine. But along with it, to also how to cope, because we realize that they don't take as much as we do. They will get up and leave. They will not sit there as like, I'm not going to do this. And then we realize that because of this, our relationships are no longer lasting. When we get into relationships now, you have to, as I always say, it is either one or 2 things. You are prepared to accept somebody that your dream did not capture, or you leave. But at the end of the day, what it is that you want out of the relationship, you must ask yourself. Are you on purpose? And sometimes you have to ask yourself. And if you think you're not getting the answer, ask God, what is my purpose here? There must be a reason why I'm here. So many things cannot be going wrong for no reason. There must be something that I'm not getting. Ask yourself the question. And it's hard to see opportunities when things are going wrong. That's when we are most emotional. That's when we need to calm down and find ourselves and see what we discover as to what's going on around us. It is relationship, I think it makes us, it breaks us, it builds us, it empowers us, and it makes us into ourselves. But without it, I think we would all agree that it plays its part in each and every one of our lives, in all our lives. When your relationship is going fine, you can tell the person will be glowing. When it is tough, you can tell. You lose weight, you look a bit despondent, you look stressed. But when you find yourself, whatever is thrown at you, then it's almost as if it is not shaking you because you have discovered who you are and purpose, so you remain focused. This conversation, it has spurred a lot of conversations outside of the program. I'll be getting so many messages here. What a topic. It is time for us to have the taboo conversations, and I think that is what this conference will do. Dr. Gray, I want to give you an opportunity to share the dates with us, where it will be, where we can find tickets for the event, because I think it is important that we sit down and have these conversations now. Have them with our children, but more so, have them with your partner. The hard conversations that you say, it is the conversation to have.
It is. You know, there are times when you just have to create that moment where you can just talk. And even in the conference, one of the things that we were very much assured that we need to do is have those small group settings. Yes, a big conference with a lot of people, but let's break out into cell groups whereby we can deal with these things on a smaller scale so that people can we can reach the heart of people. We don't want them to come in and feel lost in the midst of that. So at the end of this month, March 24th, that Friday evening at 5 p.m., we'd love for you to show up at Gateway Gateway Conference Center, Gateway Church, Gateway Assembly, right down there in Point Saline. You can find your way. We want you to show up in the house. Stephanie has gained some gems along the way, and she would love to impart those things with you. She does live coaching at 106 Live Radio, and we know that she has what it takes to make this impact in the lives of the singles. So whether you're single, you're divorced, you're a widow, wherever you are on the scheme of things, you're a youth, you're from SGU, wherever you are, we want you to come out. And then Saturday all day we'll be in the house to be able to minister to those who are in there. Jason and myself, together with other conference participants, as Pastor Paul and Dorothy Alexander, Miss Hillary Alexander, we would be there, Pastor Ruth and Pastor Jim Andew, together with Christine Childs. We'll be in there, Clevon Noel, the team from YWAM up there in Satez. Folks have been truly supportive of us. And on the 25th, it's an all-day session with lunch prepared for you. We want you to come. The Sunday evening at 3 p.m. on Sunday evening, we'll be there. Tickets can be purchased at Grenadian Optical, Mitchell's Pharmacy, and Trio's Electrical. They're already in those places. And again, you can find information on sourceofwellness.org. That is source, SOURCE, of wellness, WELLNESS.org. Find all your information there. We ask you to register early. For those who can't make it, we're getting lots of feedback. Some people can't make it in person. One spouse can be there. The other one is in a different place, part of the world. We now open it up so that you can come in on Zoom. And we know that individuals and couples will be truly blessed to have their lives transformed. So because of the logistics of things, $100 for singles per session, $400 over the course of the 4 sessions that we're having, $400 for the entire session for the couples. That includes lunch. You and your spouse can come in, sit down together. And we say, if you don't want to be vulnerable and you don't want to be authentic in this season, wear a mask and still come, because we want you to hear what we're saying at this conference to you. This is designed with you in mind. So we truly want to be a blessing. Myself and my husband have been mandated to do this. And we're starting in Grenada, but we know we're taking this across the globe as well. And so we have already spoken in England, in right here back home, but in different parts of the world. And so we want Grenada to have the first fruit of what God has given to us to release.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gray. Stephanie, before we run off, I'm going to give you an opportunity just to share some parting words with us. We will be seeing you later on, so I want to use the opportunity now to welcome you to Grenada virtually until you get here and you get to experience a wonderful place. Dr. Gray would agree with Dr. Gray being a Grenadian herself, but just to share some parting words with us.
Yes, I'm looking forward to being physically in Grenada to be able to bring that authenticity from the U.S., born and raised here, but also I have an international background with just how I used to travel for work. So I'm definitely a multicultural person. I understand culture. I understand different people, how you've grown up. I came from a Christian background, so I understand the whole gamut of things. So with me, with us bringing on a panelist discussion for the singles, me being the keynote speaker for the singles, us doing group coaching for the singles, and for the married couples, we are literally committed to healing for singles and married couples. And I'm going to avail myself as a life coach to offer limited space for one-on-one sessions while I am there. To be able to tap into individually if they want to wear a mask but talk to someone one-on-one. I decided to avail myself. Tinashe and I talked yesterday to open a few spots for individuals that would like to do one-on-one coaching while I'm there. But most importantly, we can leave you with this. You have to start somewhere when it comes to your healing process. And the best message you will hear is the one you actually put into place. So if Tinashe, Pastor Tinashe and Mr. Gray, if they have been mandated to pour in their 4 fruits to Grenada, you don't want to miss this opportunity to get what God has already ordained them to do, and to bring me aboard for the singles. I look forward to seeing people there We just expect to be blown away, to be empowered, to be inspired, to be motivated, to be the authentic you, to show up with you in mind in every single room. And as I always tell people, I'm on TikTok. I do TikTok from 8 to 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I do morning motivations from Monday through Friday. I always tell them, always see yourself in the room. But my job as your coach is to get you off the sidelines of life, get you out the systemic mentality so that you can operate in your purpose, your God-given ability, and have to dismantle you from everything that the world told you you're supposed to be. So just get ready to be informed, transformed, motivated, and empowered at this epic marriage conference. Get ready, y'all.
So much. Thank you so much to both Dr. Gray and yourself, Stephanie, for, I believe, a wonderful program. I know people are listening. It is time for us to get there. I am happy, Dr. Gray, that you chose to start home, where I think we need it most. Your husband, Dr. Gray, Jason, I know that our men do need that kind of empowerment. So that kind of encouragement, somebody to speak to them, not what is seen, that we think it's right, but rather to be told that there is another path and that it is okay to choose it. Yeah, I think we need a lot more of this. So excellent conference, excellent idea. It must be a mandate from God to be here on this one because it is needed.
Absolutely. And just so I give Jason's sentiment as well. Jason was born in New York, but came by way of Trinidadian and Tobagan parents. And so he would tell you that, yes, we were taught that what's in this house stays in this house, that you don't talk about our business to other people outside, you don't share it. And he's saying that is what caused many families to be stuck in the place of no growth, no prosperity, no elevation. And we're saying now, if you want to change the trajectory of your life and your destiny, you must begin to step out of that comfort zone of hiding in the dark, dying in silence, suffering in the secret place, and come out and be counseled by others who can truly take your hand and lead you to the end. And that is Jason's sentiment. On his behalf, I wanted to share this.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gray. It was a pleasure speaking with both you and Stephanie on this upcoming marriage conference. I want to encourage people to participate. Dr. Gray shared some of the ticket outlets. It is on March 24th to 26th at the Gateway Church on Point Salines. Be a part of it. I think it's important that we create these avenues and these platforms for people to speak. And outside of this, after the conference has ended, I am hoping that it opens up people, that they would get to that place of comfort where you think it is okay to start having the conversations. The tough ones, and let us salvage our families. Because at the end of the day, when the family is dysfunctional, then society becomes chaotic. And I think we are seeing the impacts of this. Our schools are not what it used to be. Our society is not what we grew up in. The change, though, it's not positive. So it's time for us to take action, an action that will change our course. Have a great day to both. It was a pleasure. We will be speaking again so that we can do a postmortem on the event. But have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you so much. May God's blessings. Bye-bye.
Same here. And bye, Stephanie, and bye, Dr. Gray. So that was it. We spoke there to Stephanie Britt and also Dr. Tanasha Gray. Speaking about that upcoming marriage conference, what it can give you as a person, the conversation, and that's what it's about. But most so, spirituality. Our relationships are in crisis. Our families are in crisis. Individually, we are in crisis. And unless we don't take that very, very important step to correct it now, then we will have a lost, very, very lost generation. It is time for us to do what we need to do now to save the little that we can. Remember, one person at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. It is not about leaps. It is about steps. But you have to first take the first step to making it happen. Acknowledging that, yes, I can do better. Yes, we can do better. I understand my role here. I accept responsibility for that which I have created. And most so, I want to be better. Make the change today. Do what you need to do today so that you can salvage that essential part of our society. This is where we conclude for today. It was a pleasure speaking to our guest on that topic. And I want to say thank you so much to them again for sharing with us. I encourage you to go on out there and be a part of the conference, March 24th to the 26th, the Gateway Church, Point of Leeds. The team, MTV's extended team, thank you so much for always being here. The production team this morning, Elton, Sugars, Tanya, thank you again. Always a pleasure. Have a great day, everyone. Remember, each day we try to be better than yesterday. Not worst, better than yesterday. But in order for us to be better, we must have the very, very honest conversations with ourselves. Not tell ourselves what we want to hear, but tell ourselves the truth. Accept the truth. Make a change. Be a better person. That's it for me. I'm Austin Crosby. Have a pleasant day, a pleasant weekend. Be safe. We'll be back here with you on Tuesday next, God's will.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always act when let you come first. Save energy, save a dime, reduce your wattage and reduce your time. When you use appliances, make sure you buy energy efficient every time. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always act when let you come first. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always act when let you come first.
What you gonna do when the rain is coming down? Nothing more to do when there's no one else around. Bring it back to the middle, push, take it back to the rhythm. Keep it up for good when the sky is falling down. All you gotta do is to bring it to the ground. Speed it up to your inner move. Stop, start, down. Nobody can get what you're going through.
Rise and shine.